Hello and welcome, my dear grade 10 elite students, to my channel Mathematics Made Easy. This is Mr. Cheka welcoming you to today's session. In this session, we are going to be covering Learning Objective 10, where we analyze and graph equations of parabola. So before we proceed with this video, I would like to advise you to watch the video which I made specifically on equations of parabola. I will put the link in the description box. Please click on the top right corner of this video and you will be able to watch the first video on parabola. I would highly recommend you to watch that video first before we proceed to solve the questions for today. Next comes the standard form of equation of parabola. This is a very important slide. It's a formula sheet that you need to learn and will help you for the exam. So the first form is the vertical form, whose standard equation is this one. You'll have to learn it. So x minus h. Remember, with the x vertex, h comes, whole square is equal to 4 times p times y minus k, and opposite to this is the second equation, y minus k whole square is equal to 4p times x minus h square. This one is horizontal, this one is vertical, and you can very well see it from the graph. So this is opening upward, it's a U-shaped parabola. This is an inverted U opening downward. So if your P is positive, it opens up. If P is negative, it opens down. So accordingly, it has vertical orientation, means the axis of symmetry, as you see, which is dividing it into two parts, is vertical. Next, when it is horizontal, let's see the difference. If P is positive, it opens on the right. Let me write these things. So this is up, this is opening down, this is right, and finally this is left when P is less than 0. Vertex in both the cases is same, h comma k. Focus here is h comma k plus P. So just observe one thing, that the vertex and the focus has the same x coordinate for vertical, and the vertex and the focus has the same y coordinate for the horizontal. So that will again be an important point of writing and solving questions on parabola. So axis of symmetry is x equal to h, here it is y equal to k. Directrix is y equal to k minus p, here x is equal to h minus p. So all of this information, this formula sheet, the key concept you'll have to learn, and we'll be solving a lot of questions based on this. So let's get started and see what kind of questions to expect from the standard form of equation of parabola. So in today's session, we will be solving from page 80, questions 1 to 10. As you see, for each of the questions that you see here, you have to find the vertex, the focus, the axis of symmetry, the directrix, and finally to graph the parabola. So there are two types of parabola, as you saw in the last slide, vertical and horizontal. You have to learn the formula sheet, and we'll be using the formula sheet for that question. So the first kind of parabola that you saw was x minus h whole square equal to 4p times y minus k whole square. And if you see carefully, question 1, question 2, question 5, these are the questions along with question 8 that are based on this equation. So here, how do you identify? You have the square with the x term, and as you can see, there is square with x term, square with x term, square with x term. So all of these four equations that you see here, including this one, question 9, are going to be solved using this equation, and accordingly we will find the vertex, the focus, the axis of symmetry, and directrix. The remaining equations will be solved using the other type of equation. I will now write that also for you. So the other type of equation that you have is y minus k whole square equal to 4p times x minus h. So here the square is with y. So if you see, square is with y, square is with y, square is with y in all of these problems. So question 3, 4, 6, 7 and 10 will be solved using this equation. So I just want to highlight the difference in these questions, and let's now solve them one by one using the formula sheet which I showed you in the beginning of this session. So as I explained you on the last slide, question 1, 2, 5, 8 and 9 will be solved using this formula sheet or this equation of the parabola. So out of all of these questions, let's do in detail one question so that you get a hang of the method. So I'm going to compare this with the standard form, that is this equation. And when we compare, we are easily able to identify that our h is 3, our p is also 3, and our k is 7. So once you have these 3 points, you are able to directly apply the formula and get your vertex and your focus. So your vertex, as the formula says, is given by h comma k. So the vertex would be at 3 comma 7. Next comes your focus. So for focus, the formula is h comma k plus p. So just x coordinate is going to be same to the y coordinate, add p. So 7 plus 3. So this is going to be 3 comma 10. So you have got your vertex, you have got your focus. Now you are going to solve for axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry for this kind of a parabola is given by the equation x equal to h. So x equal to 3 is the solution. Last is directrix, which can be found using the last formula. So y equal to k minus p. So y is going to be k is 7, p is 3. So y equal to 4. So this is how easy the question becomes once you learn these formulas. So let's do another type of parabola and solve one more question. Now let's do question 3, which is based on a different kind of parabola given by this formula sheet. So I urge you to learn these formulas, and let's now compare the two equations and get our values of k, p and h. So when we compare, we get our k as 4, our p as 5 and our h as -2. Don't forget the negative sign. There's a negative sign here, so you have to take those points. So now very easily we can use the formula sheet and find our vertex given by h comma k, which is -2 comma 4. Our focus, which is given by h plus p comma k. So let's add p to h. So this is going to be -2 plus 5 comma 4. Remember, y coordinate is same, so this is going to be 3 comma 4. Then we go to axis of symmetry. This is going to be y equal to k, very easy. K value is 4, so y equal to 4. And last but not the least, we find the directrix, which is given by the equation x equal to h minus p. So we can just put the values of h and p here. So this equation comes out to be x equal to -7. So this is how your question simplifies if you learn the correct formula sheet. So now I will give you the final answers for the remaining questions. So for this one, question 2, the coordinates of the vertex will be -1, 6. The coordinates of the focus will be -1, 3. The directrix will be 3 units up, and the axis of symmetry is going to be the line x equal to -1. Similarly, for question 4, I will write the final answer here. The vertex is going to be -7, -5. The focus is going to be -7, -7, 25. The directrix will be 1/4 units right, and the axis of symmetry is going to be y equal to -5. In a similar way, I would urge you to solve questions 5 to 10 yourself using the formula sheet and the method explained in this video. So as you saw in the session today, this formula sheet is very useful. So I would just remind you to learn this sheet so that you can solve the questions that come from this lesson on analyzing and graphing the equations of parabola nicely. These are the two types of equation as you see. So please learn the formula sheet for vertex, focus, axis of symmetry and directrix for each of these parabolas. This is going to really help you for the exam in case the formula sheet is not provided. So that brings us to the end of today's long video. I hope you found the video useful, especially all my grade 10 elite students, and you learned how to analyze and graph the equations of parabola. And if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends who are going to give the 10 elite math exam very soon so that everybody benefits from this session. Until then, this is Ms. Ruchika signing off from today's session. See you in my next video. Bye bye.